Welcome to my channel, and this is a quick review of Nikon FE2. The Nikon FE2 is 35mm single lens reflect or SLR camera manufactured by Nikon Kogaku KK or Nikon Corporation since 1988. The FE2 used in Nikon design vertical travel focal plane shutter with speed of 8 seconds to 1/4000 a second with a plus sync of 1/250th a second. Available color is chrome with black leather and full black. The FE2 is member of classic Nikon Compact F series 35mm SLR and was built upon compact but rugged copper aluminum alloy chassis, similar but identical to one used by earlier Nikon FM. Nikon FM is introduced in 1977 and this FE started in 1978. And also FM2 in 1982. FM2 and FE2 are likely twin, successor of Nikon FE and FM series. The only difference of this thing is the FE2 you cannot use fully without a battery, but the FM2, this is full manual, so you can use without a battery. So you have to use your external light meter or you can use Sunny 16. Film speed of this camera is between ISO 12 to ISO 4000. Film advance is manual, but you can use a Nikon M12 motor drive. You can attach this right here. Exposure models like is it has aperture priority and manual. Exposure metering is TTL metering from EV1 to EV18 of ISO 100 with a 50mm f1.4 lens. Metering mode is center weighted. Flash sync is 1/250th a second. There is a mark there, 1/250th a second. And there is also a M250, meaning this is in manual. If you run out of battery and you can use it, you can put to M250. So this is fully manual there. So at the top you can see the advanced lever, shutter button, shutter speed dial, and this is a lock button here. If you goes to automatic shutter, so you cannot turn the shutter or you cannot turn the shutter speed unless you press the release button on the middle. Hot shoe mount for the flash. This is rewind lever, compensation dial right there. You press the button to release and then turn the compensation dial there. And also the ISO dial here. You can lift the outer ring and then turn. PC sync, lens release button, self timer, and depth of field preview. Rewind release button, tripod mount, battery compartment, and these two right here is for the motor drive connector. So in order for you to use the camera, you have to put the battery. This camera uses two LR44. Make sure you correctly install the battery. Check the polarity always. Right there. I'm using two LR44. Now you can use all the speed or the shutter speed once you have the battery. Here. Here's 8 seconds. There's also a bulb, and this is A for automatic shutter. Let's load some film. If you load the film, you have to lift the rewind cranker or rewind lever. Pull this lever, and then while you're pulling this, slide this small lever, black plastic here, and then pull. Okay, inside this is film chamber, film guide rail. This is the titanium shutter curtain. That's why it has a maximum of 1/4000 a second. This bracket and tickle spool, film pressure plate. Okay, let's load my dummy film. Example, if you load 24 shots 400 ISO, just put here. Forget to lift this. Okay, the film here. Put your thumb on the film chamber. Insert the end of the film on the groove here on the tickle spool. Make sure it's aligned. And make sure also the sprocket is engaged. And gently close. Go. And then to make sure your film is properly installed, turn this to tighten the film. Okay, and advance the film until you get to a frame 1. There you go. You'll see here a frame 1 here. You're ready to go. Basic operation, how to check the battery. Once you install the battery and you move your frame to frame 1, slightly move the advance lever. This is to power on the battery there, and half press the shutter. You will see the needle like moving, but if you put on M250 or bulb, the needle should be down, should be in bulb or on a red indicator below. Once you change your shutter speed to 8 seconds all the way to 4000 a second, and when you have pressed the shutter, the needle should be moving, and once you changing your aperture, the meter reading should be moving. That indicates that your battery properly installed and your light meter is working. Aperture priority, you can put your shutter speed to A or automatic, so the camera itself will decide what shutter speed you're going to use. If you put on F22, your shutter speed is going to be lower, and if you open up to 1.8, it will give you a higher shutter speed. Accessories of this camera also support motor drive. This is Nikon md12 motor drive, so make sure you have installed the battery inside. And then also this motor drive powered by 8 AA battery. This is advisable if you're shooting sport or you need to be fast and you will catch the moment. I use this outside during our cultural fiesta or Filipino gatherings last summer. So I use my motor drive. I install it right like this, and make sure to lock the advance lever. You cannot use this like it doesn't advance once you do this. You have to retract the advance lever. And then this is continuous and this is single shot. So press this, go to single shot. Yes. If it is like sport mode, go to continuous and do this. There you go. I'm already at film 18. So this is the motor drive. If you don't use it, make sure you turn it off to save the battery. That's a motor drive. During the shoot, I also use a telephoto lens. This is Nikkor 105mm f2.5. So this is very nice lens. Focusing, how to focus the camera is the same with all other cameras like Canon or Pentax or Ricoh. There is a split image when you see inside. If it is out of focus, the image is not aligned. You should turn the focusing knob here. Once the image is aligned, you can crank or you can shoot the subject. And also outside of the split image, there's Sometimes they use a micro prism, same idea. You have to align the subject and then hold the camera firm and take a shot right there. Depth of field is the summary of you want the subject and the background in focus, or you have to isolate the subject from the background. This is f16. If you will see, the subject is sharp, also the background is sharp. If you change the aperture to f1.4, the subject is isolated from the background. This usually used in wedding. If you want to isolate the bride from those people. Shutter speed sometimes uses to freeze subject, or if you want to indicate blurry subjects like moving subject, you can do this. Memory lock. This is the feature of this camera. If the subject is backlit, you have to focus first on their eyes and press the memory lock and then recompose and take the shot. Let me know if you want to learn about depth of field, shutter speed, aperture, multi-exposure, and also for the flash photography. Just make a comment down below and we will do it on a separate video. How to rewind. To rewind, press the rewind button right here at the bottom, and then there's an arrow here. Turn it clockwise. I will open this to show you what's happening inside of the chamber, but if you're putting a new film, don't even try to open it because it will expose your film. But this one is only a test roll, dummy film. So once you're turning, the film is going back inside the film chamber. It's like so. That's what's happening inside of the camera. Okay, I will not rewind all the way because this is my test roll and I'm going to use again to my next camera. And also this I have a little issue with my FE2. It doesn't lock unless you press it all the way. So I will show you what happened to the film because it has a light leaks inside. When I'm holding this, I forgot to press it all the way, so I have like a light leaks on the other shots. Make sure if you close it, make sure that it's totally closed, like this one's not closed. That's my issue with this camera. There. It's closed now, not like before it's popping. So yeah, this is a quick review of the film camera FE2. If I'm going to use with this 3 camera, between FM2N and FE2, they're all similar. They have all, this is very similar to FM2. It has 1/4000 second maximum shutter speed, but this first edition FM is only 1/1000, but this is fully manual. I like this also, but if I'm going to choose which one, I'll prefer the FM2. Why? Because if I run out of battery, I can still use the 1/4000 a second. But this one, if you run out of battery, you stuck with 1/250 at a second. This one also is okay, but maximum only is 1/1000 a second. So this one of the best camera I have. If you have any question, make a comment below if you have any question, and I will see you on the next one.